getting hot in here, like that song. I don't know if you guys know that. An old song. Anyways, I'm in Toronto, and if you guys want to come meet up, then I'm near Dundas Square. Actually, well, I'm gonna make my way over there, but I'm on Dundas Street, just west of Dundas Square, and yeah, just kind of playing around with the camera today. Got the Sony a6500, and it's my latest camera kit addition to my camera collection, and I've been busy for the last was it like a week and a half, just kind of shooting with it. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. The same setup as I had when I was out in the wilderness a few days ago, and now we're in the middle of the what is it, the concrete jungle, right? My brother's behind the camera, by the way. So,
Hi guys.
yeah, so he's gonna also take your questions, all that stuff. And let me hear. Let me ask you, maybe, you know what? Is there any questions so far?
No.
Joining? No?
Still, people are slowly joining.
Yeah. Okay.
We are late today again, 12:15.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because we're like walking around the city, looking for good connection. And surprisingly, that you would think you're gonna get a perfect cell phone connection in downtown Toronto, but not every place. I'm gonna actually go and do Instagram Live. I don't know exactly how you do it, or anything. Let people on Instagram know. Okay, about to go live within a live video. Hey guys, so I'm in Toronto. Just basically, I'm almost at Dundas Square, and we're live streaming here to YouTube. And I just wanted to let everybody know that if you want to watch the whole live stream, if you want to like ask questions, participate, then best if you go on YouTube. So youtube.com/Tom Antos, because I have to operate the camera, so I'm not going to be able to really hold the cell phone for much longer. But oh wow, we have people joining fast here. Hello. So yeah, so.
Hi to Malaysia, guys. Let us know how the audio is. I'm trying to shield the microphone here with my hand. There were actually some gusts of wind, so let us know how the audio is.
Yeah.
For Tom and for me.
What do you call it? So yeah, I'm just in Toronto, and hopefully it doesn't storm. Like the storm doesn't hit us any minute, because the clouds are coming in. It was raining. Like I woke up this morning with literally a thunder hit. I think like right outside of the house where I was staying. So. And I got a simple kit, the kind of kit I showed in the last video. I have my bag here, and then the iFootage monopod, and the cameras on it. So kind of instead of doing, when you're doing like people watching, instead of doing people watching, I'm gonna be doing people shooting, I guess, filming, whatever, I don't know, going with the camera. So I think it's a good pastime. So.
And maybe you can talk about a little bit about what the camera has been like to use the last few days.
Yeah. It's so far, overall, I love the camera, like the quality. At the end of the day, when I download the footage, I'm always really surprised. Hello, Johnny from Poland. Hello, Serbia. Nubujan. Hopefully I'm pronouncing correctly. Yeah, it's amazing quality so far. So like video quality wise, and even photos. Like I haven't been testing it for photos too much. I'm gonna actually do a bunch of videos about because I'm gonna have a photo session coming up soon, and I'm gonna use this camera, so with flash photography and all that stuff. So I'm gonna definitely do a review of that, or just like a video kind of talking about that experience. But video quality is amazing. What's kind of annoying is just the LCD here on the back of the camera is super reflective, and it's like once you start like actually recording the videos, it goes dim on you. And that's the only thing I don't like, is that a lot of times, and I think that's why I'm almost so amazed each time I come back after the end of the day and I look at the footage, is because when I'm filming, half the time I don't know exactly what I'm filming. So I'm trying to like compose my shot. I look to the EVF, try to get better framing. But then, this EVF is not really designed to be like basically have the camera operated and filming smoothly. So I have to kind of with my eye to it. So I have to have the viewfinder away from my eyes. So then I'm just relying on the LCD monitor, and it's it's the a6500, guys, and so then because of that, it's just it's like I said, it's hard to see exactly what you're getting. Now, like I said, I try to compose my shots and figure out kind of what I'm going to do before, problem is a lot of times when I was filming on the gimbal, and this camera works amazingly on a gimbal for various reasons, which I can talk about in a minute. But when you're basically on a gimbal and then you can't at all really like put your eye to the viewfinder, then you're kind of shooting blind half of the time. I set the brightness all the way up on the monitor. I set it to, even though I'm shooting in S-Log2, I set the view assist, because you can turn on the LUTs, so it kind of, you know, changes the image profile from like a flat log profile. And it basically then, like I said, I switch it to S-Log3 actually, which makes the image extra contrasty and really saturated. And it's just so that I can see my framing, right? So that's why I'm, you know, like a little tip I'll give you guys. So this way I can still see my framing more or less, but it's hard. Like for focusing, it's very hard to tell if you focus. So I'll probably, in my final setup, I'll probably get a monitor here, put it on top so that I can actually see properly, you know, whether my shots are in focus and whether, like, you know, what I'm actually getting is the framing is what I actually want to get. But yeah, but otherwise, like I said, is if you do everything correctly and you just kind of trust that you're getting the good shots, then once you, afterwards, when you download the footage on the computer and you look at it at the end of the day, then it's like, wow, it's really nice. The slow motion is beautiful, the sharpness in 4K is beautiful, even in 1080 it looks pretty good. You know, the kind of latitude that it captures. I've been filming outside so far, you know, every day, and we haven't had too many sunny days, but today is actually, the sun is in and out, and we're in the city, so there's going to be definitely a lot of dynamic range here. So yeah, so we're going to see. Anyway, I think I'm going to finish here on Instagram, so if you guys want to join, watch the whole thing, go to YouTube. So my brother is there.
Hi guys.
So go on YouTube, and then you can think, because I need my other hand, unfortunately. All right, bye guys. How do I end this? Okay, there.
So how does the sunlight affect the monitor brightness?
So, like, it basically turns it into a mirror. So yeah, it's not good. It doesn't have a good effect.
I mean, it's not like an adaptive screen that like a cell phone where if there's more sun, then it brightens up.
You can, I think there is a setting you can do auto adjustment, but I mean, when you're shooting photos, it's different, because then it's decent when you're doing photos, and then it will adjust according to ambient light. But when you're doing video, you want to just set it to maximum setting, and even then it's crappy. Like here, let me turn it on. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but so here, this is actually with the, like, if you look at I'm shooting in S-Log2 by the way, but my assist here setting, so my basically gamma display assist is set to S-Log3. So that means it makes it extra contrasty. Right?
Yeah, and, so yeah, somebody is asking, but yeah, just a bit earlier Tom said that once you start recording on the camera, the screen dims. So yeah, that's
so
true.
I'm gonna show that. Yeah. Here, I don't know. Can you see the screen properly? There.
I can see my lots of reflections.
Maybe there, better. Oh, that's probably as best as you can see it. So anyways, I'm gonna hit record now.
I think now it's okay.
And is it recording now? Yeah. So I don't know if you can see it. There's a slight difference, but actually I don't even know if there's.
Now, yeah.
So and here we're in perfect setting because we're in the shade, right, of the building. So
this is as good as it gets, I guess.
Yeah. Now let me actually see, because I don't know if I have the setting actually. Let me just double check. See if I have the settings set to all the way maximum brightness. Now here's another thing I hate, the menus. Well, you guys heard that. I complain about the Sony a6300, about the a6000, you know, all of those cameras. The Sony cameras have horrible menus. Even the FS5 and FS7, I just don't like the menus. They're not laid out like logically, where you kind of go, okay, I know this setting is going to be in this section, for example. It almost seems like there's no sections. It's slightly better than a6300, I believe it was, but they kind of try to group it together, the settings, but it's just weird. Sometimes you know, I spend a long time just looking for a particular setting. So let me see if I can actually go here.
So guys, normally when we do these live videos on Sunday, we use the Ursa Mini 4.6.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes we use more than one camera, like a GH4, or yeah, usually one of those. Last Sunday we used the G85. But today I'm just on my phone, on the Nexus 5X.
Okay, so here, I think I know what
There's
happened.
no image stabilization, so
Oh, is it
might be a bit shaky.
It's shaky? Is it shaky or no?
Oh, my video is okay. Well, hopefully it's okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
I mean,
so
afterwards, Luke's hand is gonna probably get tired holding the phone, so don't be surprised if it's shaky. Oh, here, look at the rolling shutter though.
right now we cannot just see the reflections. I'm not sure what to do.
Oh shit! See, that's the problem working with this phone.
Okay, now.
Yeah, maybe come here, like from this angle. Here,
Yeah.
let me hold it here, the phone. So now, hopefully you guys can see. Come on, focus on us. And here, look at the rolling shutter. Just how bad it is. Looks like this hydrant is just dancing. La 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 la. It is pretty bad, yeah. But you can see also with the LCD how bad it is. Like literally, you have to be like this, black out any bright light behind you, otherwise you can't see anything. So. All right, let me check the setting now for the monitor brightness.
So now between the a6500 and the GH5, like which one do you prefer to work with, like day to day?
6300 or 6500?
6500.
6500 and GH5. Working, operating the camera, GH5 by far is better. It's just like I said.
It's a great camera overall, like compared to all of them, right?
It has a nicer like grip. It's slightly bigger, like the body, but it's still not a big camera. So it has a nicer basically base. So when you attach it to a tripod and you put a heavy lens, the GH5 can actually hold the weight of it. You know, whereas this one, you definitely 100% need a cage. Like for these E lenses, it's okay. This is probably the biggest lens I would put on there. So that's one thing you got to be aware of. Is that it's going to be.
And if you're not building up a rig, it's just the camera, maybe a tripod, like a minimal setup, like right now. Still like the GH5.
Whoa, that was loud. Yeah.
Sorry guys. Like I mean, still when you're working like not on a shoulder rig, just a minimal setup. It's still like the GH5 more than the...
Yeah, like ergonomically GH5 is by far the best.
It's still not a big camera, right? Like if you want to go light, you can still go with it.
It's a little bit bigger, which I think is just perfect size, because you don't want to go smaller than that, because this thing is very small. Like you see, if I have like average hands. If I put my hand up here, I can't even like get like my fingers here don't fit properly. My pinky kind of slides off a little bit, so you don't get a good grip. It's too small. Now it's good if you're gonna put like a little pancake lens and just for vacation, because then it means you can fit it in a pocket. Right?
Or maybe if you want to use it for vlogging, right?
Or that, yeah, be very light. And actually, yeah, that's where I would say is that it's good in terms of, like I said, that's why, you know, it's like, is GH5 better or this one better? Well, it depends what you want. GH5, like I said, amazing ergonomics, amazing quality that it records, all that stuff. The thing that it doesn't have, that's not that GH5 has bad, you know, slow motion, this and that, because it records actually amazing slow motion, 180 frames per second. This one goes only up to 120, right? It's, for example, doesn't have as big of an image latitude, so it doesn't capture the really extreme, like when you have really extreme sunlight.
Which one
shadows.
doesn't? Which one doesn't?
GH5
doesn't.
No, it's better than, slightly better than GH4, but not a big improvement. This one captures the dynamic range much better. Right?
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Even though like, okay, dynamic range. Okay.
Yeah,
it's not range. Because I guess I assume because it's got like, you know, captures more color and so on. You would think maybe it also would be better in that respect, but not really.
No, the color science, like the way I guess it's the kind of colors that it, you know, tries to capture is, I think it's better slightly than GH4, but it's still not.
But for like color correction though, GH5 footage is better than the Sony camera.
Than the Sony, because this is compressed 8-bit 420.
Yeah.
So that's very limited.
But in terms of the dynamic range, for sure,
this thing is
the
better.
Sony is better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you know what I like about this is the image stabilization. I would say is about on par. I mean, with the GH5. So in that department, it's good. But for vlogging, I think, or for doing a lot of stuff where, like on a gimbal, this thing beats the GH5. And the reason why it beats it is two reasons. Actually, then that's when the smaller size comes in handy, because it's so tiny and so light that you can put it on like a tiniest of gimbals, and you know, like the gimbals that basically would not otherwise take the weight of a GH5, because GH5 is, I forgot now the exact weight, but with like a bigger lens, it's going to be slightly too big. This thing is very, very light. So like the smallest gimbals, I put it on there and it works. So that's the good thing. Plus, then, you know, when you're on a gimbal, always the problem is focusing. Well, this thing has amazing autofocus. You know, I'm not going to say it's the best, because probably I haven't tried the latest Canon cameras with the dual pixel, but it's pretty damn good, like autofocus. Whereas, you know, with the GH5, put that on a gimbal, you pretty much want to like set manual focus, set a distance, and that's it. You don't want to be going around things. So like I said, this is just, it's a lot better for gimbal work and that kind of stuff. That's where I would say that this kind of beats the GH5, and also the dynamic range is going to be better. But then on the other hand, if you know how to expose with a lower dynamic range image sensor, like on the GH5, then you're going to get better quality on the GH5 because you're shooting in 10-bit, 422 codec and all that stuff. Now another thing is, this one, the files are very small, very easy to work with. So if you don't want to be, if you're not ready to have a lot of hard drive space and stuff to use up for your footage, then I think this camera will be better. And you copy it off, basically off of the camera, and you can put it like, I even edited a video when I was, that last video I did when I was like out in the wilderness. I edited that on my Microsoft Surface Pro, right? It's like a tiny little laptop slash, tablet. And that thing handled the 4K footage out of this, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas GH5, even on my desktop, sometimes because they are heavily, they carry a lot of data, but they're trying to compress it heavily, so that's the problem. And also, some of the footage that when I shot it in the 10-bit 422 on the GH5, I couldn't even open it in Premiere. I think you had the same problem, right? You can open some of the files, right?
No, only when recording on the Atomos Ninja Inferno, and my laptop, which is the GTX 1050. Yeah, I couldn't play it on my laptop now, but in Premiere it was okay. In Premiere it was okay. Yeah.
Take this off now because now we got really hot and I'm sweating. Look at this sweat.
I know, it's too warm. I don't know why you brought the jacket today.
Well, because it's supposed to be raining, so I'm like, if anything, I'll cover the camera and everything with this.
I guess so. It's the rain cover. Okay. Do you want to make your way?
We'll head over to Dundas Square and I'm just going to be shooting some footage. So if there's any questions, you guys ask me.
Yeah, the Surface Pro that Tom has, it's got a very basic GPU, and the CPU
i7, right?
is it's an i7, but it's got only 2 cores. So normally we wouldn't recommend a machine like that
for editing.
You,
I love that. I love the Surface Pro because it's so tiny that it's like I can fit it almost anywhere. Like it's like a tablet. Even with the keyboard, you put it flat. It's so tiny. You have a pen. You can draw directly on it. So like doing storyboards and things like that. And Photoshop, I love it. And surprisingly, like I said, I'm not going to use that as my go-to editing station. But when I'm in a pinch, like when I was on location and I wanted to edit a video and I didn't have my laptop, then it was good. So it's kind of you give and take. You losing maybe some of the power, but the fact that I was able to edit 4K video out of this camera and then the other footage was G85, Panasonic GH5. Yeah, it's there's nothing to complain about in that department. So I think the camera is, the Surface Pro is pretty good companion when you filmmaker, I would say.
So it's just
I'll actually do a review of that on Monday, so you guys can see like what I mean, like especially if you're directing and you're and you want to do what do you call it, like storyboards, or if you want to do like, for example, you take photos of your locations and then you want to like make notes on it and stuff, because we have the pen, it's really cool.
Sorry guys for the shakiness, but my phone doesn't have IS.
Tom, switch maybe the camera.
Tom, have you tried the Photon? Was it the Photon sliders from Poland? Have you tried those?
Photon sliders from Poland.
Photon Chameleon. The Photon Chameleon sliders from Poland. Supposedly they're good.
Oh yeah, somebody's recommending.
Hopefully not the person from the company.
I'll have to look then. I don't know. Yeah. I think I heard about them, but I haven't tried it. Man, now I regret bringing the umbrella. I just have to carry it.
Yeah.
But I guess, well, whatever. We'll try to make it work here.
Oh man, more construction here. There's so much construction on the highways.
In general, I noticed Toronto now is like really
crazy. Don't make me walk into any people. So
I haven't been here actually for maybe like 4 years, I think. I've been to Toronto, just never made my way through Dundas Square in a long time. Like, I think 4 years. Oh, there's tents and okay, so it's not going to be like open. Maybe not the best spot for people watching.
So what are you doing in Toronto? People are surprised, or at least one person.
Visiting family.
Taking your stuff back to
Oh yeah, moving some
to the
stuff.
US.
I guess yeah, you want to make your way across the thing there? See what's happening?
Yeah, I go there, yeah. Oh, we're going to miss our light. Actually, here at this building, you see there in the center where it says winners.
Which
That's
one?
where's the YouTube Canada office, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, maybe now it's all
that's
Google.
the last time I was, no, I was after that too, but I remember I was here for a meetup. Yeah, we have a light.
That's the YouTube Canada office.
I forgot now that they have these lights where you can cross it basically across the thing right here. So it's all the cars stop and people can walk any way they want.
There is a YouTube studio in Toronto. It's just at a different location.
So this is Google office.
Best 4K camera under 1000, I would say G85, right? Panasonic G85. Under 1000.
I mean, you know that's like what does it sell for now?
$900.
It's good, but I would say a6500 still.
It sells under 1000?
I think so. Now I think they dropped
Okay,
the price,
so
right?
if you can get it under 1000, find a deal. Then Tom recommends Sony a6300. You don't get the... What do you don't get it? I guess the IS on it.
You get, you get overheating with that camera.
You get overheating. The screen is actually better though, the LCD. People said it's actually better.
Than this camera?
Yeah.
Oh yeah? Oh, I don't know. I guess it was okay. I mean, I shot music video, 2 music videos on that camera in Ecuador in like in super sunny conditions. So I don't know, is this good lighting or no? Should we go in the sun?
I don't know. All I know, I'm kind of hot here.
You want to go in the shade?
I'm not sure. But also I want to make the background interesting for you guys.
But yeah, I would say that that's I would say I'm pretty sure the camera, the a6300 now sells for under. I would say that's the camera to go to. I mean, G85 is a great camera too. Don't get me wrong. But if you want the autofocus, I mean, it's just slow motion, all that stuff. You're getting that for a similar price, right?
Yeah, well, if you care about the autofocus, then go with the Sony.
Let me see here what we got.
There's a Red Bull truck.
I don't want to be here. Let's go on the sidewalk because then I can get more people. The tents are blocking me.
By the way, Tom is loving that monopod, right?
Oh yeah, this thing's great. And it has like an extension, like you see that you can, this is the monopod this way. This one's their aluminum one. And this is the carbon fiber extension. And you can keep on adding those and all that stuff. And you can get the whole tripod, monopod with the carbon fiber. But what I love is these like a locking unlocking mechanism. Look, you just pull this ring down and you can detach this. And then you can put or remove extensions. Same thing with this, with the head. You just remove the head, see how fast? Put it down and that's it, it locks it. It's very secure. It has the nice legs there. Like when I spread those legs, I can just leave the camera standing. Like it's almost like a tripod. Now if a really strong wind comes, we'll topple it over, so you don't want to risk it. I've seen actually Cheesy Cam, right? M from the Cheesy Cam channel on YouTube. Great guy. I had a chance to meet him a few times. Last time at NAB in Vegas. But he's got this monopod, slightly bigger. You can see like more robust, and he puts his Ursa cameras on it and just lets it stand like that. Whenever I see him post those photos, I'm like, oh God, what are you doing? It's like a heart attack because that's a big camera, and you're putting it on a monopod stand. I don't know, it's a little risky. Anyway, let's go over there. The hood now. Too many things. See, sometimes you don't want to overpack. I got the umbrella, the jacket, everything's in my way.
What lens is that, Tom?
This is the 55 to 210. There's like a weird focal length distance, I find. It's just, like I said, it's just weird because usually you don't find that. focusing on this lens. Oh, the rolling shutter is horrible, especially with high shutter speeds. I'm gonna change the setting here. I'm shooting, mostly been shooting in 1080 actually.
Yeah?
This camera. Yeah, because I can get the nice slow motion, and the 1080 looks still beautiful. So, but when I had like those static shots, like on a tripod or something, or slow movement, you know what I mean, in the frame, then it was good in 4K.
Yeah, it's a small camera. The lens is on the big side.
Loading.
So what are we filming? The tourist, the bus.
Now one thing I keep on always forgetting with this is that...
Can you take that away?
Oh. Put it here.
So this is definitely a busy part of Toronto.
So one thing you want to keep in mind, especially on this camera, because when you're shooting in S-Log, S-Log2, S-Log3, is because it shoots only in 8-bit 420, you really do want to overexpose it. It's much better to just overexpose. Like I overexpose by at least 2 f-stops. Otherwise it just doesn't look good. Right now I think... Yeah, otherwise you're gonna have such grainy images you won't want to even like use them.
Where did you get that hat? Don't open, geek inside. Don't geek open.
What?
Where did you get that hat, Tom?
It was one of the Korean company that sent something to like that package with the candies and all that stuff.
There's a question from earlier. Which do you prefer, the GH5 or the Ursa Pro, Mini Pro? No, Ursa Mini, I mean, I guess, the 4.6.
They're both equally great in different areas again. But I think if I really had to choose at the end of the day, the Ursa. Although I'll tell you that the one thing, it's really the biggest thing I just don't like about the Ursa is it's big. It's big, heavy, so it makes it more difficult. Like you need a bigger tripod, you need a bigger gimbal and stuff. If they could have shrunk that camera down, if they can do another version that's like not mini but like the micro Ursa or something, but like real micro, not like their micro panel, which is 9 pounds. If they can make the camera even lighter and smaller, then I think it's a winner, even if it's the same specs, because you're still getting 120 frames per second slow motion, you're shooting RAW, all that stuff. It's an amazing camera, the Ursa. And you can also use it for ENG, like it's good for that. You can put XLR mics in it, so yeah, that's probably what I would have think. But because of the size, that's when sometimes I would still go with the GH5. But now the cost is a big difference too, right? Let's go up here, Nick.
Guys, if you have any other questions, let us know. My hands are getting tired.
I know, yeah.
So sooner or later we'll have to wrap up. So if there is any more interest regarding what's it like to use this camera.
I mean, you can answer any questions, but yeah, if you have questions about the a6500, and since I have it here, I can show you right away. Oh wow.
It's loud here. Hi.
Right.
what's the name of the monopod?
It's the iFootage monopod, and I forget the name, the actual model name. I know this thing is the Komodo head, the fluid head.
Yeah, I actually want to get the, okay, it's the Cobra 2 A120. I'm not sure whether they're on sale. Like we just saw it at the NAB.
Yeah.
We got it from the company, and I guess I'm not sure whether it's like still a prototype or exactly the way what you can buy in stores, or whether you can still. I'm not sure whether you can buy it already. But yeah, I can see here it says Cobra 2 A120, and as Tom said, the fluid head is called what? The Komodo.
Komodo, yeah, it's here. Komodo KS. And I guess here it says, yeah, okay, it's Cobra, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You got it right.
No, actually I want to get the fluid head for my slider.
What about the monopod? You like it?
I'm not still big on, I prefer
A tripod,
but for my slider, light slider, yeah, I think it's a good combo with this very light fluid head that's very smooth, and you can get nice shots with it. What are you taking out from your survival kit? So this is the, okay, this lens, this is the the kit lens, or the one, I guess the
one
cheapest.
Of the kit lenses, yeah.
Like basically Sony sells them with 2 zoom lenses, right?
Yeah.
So this is the long lens. So what do you think about that lens?
Like
Pretty
this.
good. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not it's not a fast lens.
It's not fast, but usually I'm not going to be shooting with a lens like this indoors. So if you're shooting outside, you get plenty of light. And this camera is good also in low light, so because of that, I don't think it's as necessary.
Okay. And this is the, what is one? Is the zoom or the?
This is the kit lens, the 16, which I actually like very much. This is the perfect lens. Like if I was gonna, I would say if you're gonna get the a6500 or 6300, because they come with the same kit lens, get this lens, because get the kit lens, because getting it separately is a lot more expensive always. And I'll tell you, this is the perfect lens for a gimbal, because you're still getting its nice, shallow depth of field. It's not the fastest, but you know what? It's fast enough. And when you're on a gimbal or a steady cam, right, you're going to be moving around a lot. So you're going to be changing like the depth of field. You don't want it to be super narrow. So it's just narrow enough. The camera is fast enough to shoot in low light. And the cool thing is with this lens, you set it on a gimbal, and here, let me just show you guys.
It's actually so small. If I
it's very small, and that's what I'm saying.
Go all the way on the short end.
That's what I'm saying. That's the great thing about it, is it's so small.
I thought it was a prime the first time I saw it.
Look at this. If I go, you have the zoom rocker here. This is 16 millimeter, right?
Yeah.
So this is how much it extends.
Sure why
and now I'm going to zoom in all the way, and you look at this, 50 millimeter. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing, is once you balance it with the lens extended on a gimbal, then it doesn't matter whether you zoom in from all the way from 16 to 55 millimeter. The camera will be balanced basically, because the lens doesn't really change, that much. Like it's literally just millimeters. So it's still going to be in balance. It's nice wide angle lens you can get. I mean, it's a great all around lens, and the AF works amazingly well with this. So which is crucial on a gimbal, right?
You also got another lens, right, when you bought the camera?
Yeah, I bought the 50 f1.8.
So it's a prime, and
yeah, and it's good, but surprisingly I haven't been using it that much.
No?
And it's because the because the shallow depth of field is like really shallow, and then which is nice, but then doing the basically shooting outside, which I've been shooting so right now mainly outside, getting the focus in there basically with the autofocus on that lens, I see it's a little bit slower, and I think it's because it just has such narrow depth of field. So this one kind of focuses fast. We get a few shots here.
By the way, Tom, we have a message. Hola, papa.
Oh.
From Andre.
Oh, because it's Father's Day, right?
Yeah.
It's funny because this morning my wife told me, I'm like, oh, I didn't know. I'm not big on holidays, if you guys can see. Okay, Lucas, you're in my shot.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh wow, now it's gonna be a good test, because I was shooting with the clouds, and the clouds here move so fast that now we're getting pure sunlight, so we're really overexposed, but I'm shooting in S-Log too. Hopefully the dynamic range is good.
I don't know what you guys. It's so funny. I don't know what the people were doing the last half hour, but in the last like minute, the viewership of this video tripled, went from 20 to 60.
Oh.
So I'm wondering what the people were doing.
I don't know. But
That,
look
that
at
moment.
this. The image stabilization, both on this camera and the GH5, is so good that like with like a wider lens like this one, I can just literally walk with this monopod as if I had a Steadicam. And here, maybe I'll do a quick test so you guys can see. Just here, walking around Lucas.
Okay, let me. Oh, I'm supposed to stay in one place, Tom.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, so I cannot move
now
too
I'm gonna
much.
move around here. Oh, I bumped there.
Hi Marcel, yeah, we are in Toronto. Tom is heading back to the US, but I'm staying here.
Here, let's
Yeah.
see. Maybe let me get a shot here of the nice buildings.
Okay. So the low light is good on this camera, right, Tom?
Oh
The-
yeah,
the
it's
low
amazing.
light's good, yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, I was out in the countryside, and I got shots at night, which I'm going to show you guys when I do like an actual maybe review of the camera. I got shots lit. Basically, you can see the forest, and you can see the forest, and you can see the lake, and it's all lit just by the moon because there's not even a single light inside. It was complete pitch black, basically wilderness.
Are you going to? Yeah, we are sweating actually.
Oh yeah, I'm sweating badly.
Yeah, I think I'm sweating even more. It's humid. There's going to be a thunderstorm in a little while. Yeah, I'm sure Tom is going to go to Poland. I'm not sure. I don't think this year, but
I wanted to. No, I want to go for Christmas actually.
For when?
I haven't been in Poland for winter for the longest time. So I'm thinking of going with my family and for Christmas. So maybe you can join us, Lucas.
maybe. No, it's not worth to upgrade to this camera from the 6300.
No, I don't. I mean, really the improvement is the
image quality is
image stabilization,
yeah.
but image quality is the same. So if you love if you have the a6500, you're not going to see a big difference. I think spending that much extra money is thinking. Now if you're new and you're thinking of getting the camera, then I think yeah, just jump right into this because you're getting the extra image stabilization and also performs better in hot basically hot weather, like even today. I still haven't had it shut down on me once, and I was shooting outside also. Like some of the days we were shooting outside, it was pretty sunny, and yeah, still haven't had problems. So hadn't overheated it once. Whereas the other camera, yeah, a6500 has overheated on me. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the here. You see the LCD?
You wanna?
This is the slow motion.
Sorry.
Now I shouldn't have shot it in slow motion because now actually yeah. Maybe I'll do another test and show you guys without the slow motion. Hold on.
So I'm sure if Tom goes to Poland, there was a question where you would visit. So for sure, we're from Krakow originally, so we have family there.
So
so
but I want to go to Gdańsk.
Gdańsk, okay.
Gdańsk. Maybe go by Warsaw too. So and Wrocław. I haven't been to Wrocław. Like I've been there as a kid once, and that was it. So I would really want to go to Wrocław. So if there's anybody in Wrocław, let me know.
I want to go too because in Poland, my class went on a school trip there. I was supposed to go, but I missed my train and.
Oh, to Wrocław?
And yeah, the funny thing is, they didn't. My class left, and they did not realize I did not go with them at all. They thought I got lost in Wrocław, and then on the way back they realized Lucas is not here, and so I got in trouble because they were worried that I stayed in Wrocław.
I'm gonna do a quick test here. Just now normal speed.
Alright, what happened now? Alright guys, there are more questions. We'll try to get to those.
Well, I clicked it there at the end. Anyways, that's my improvised Steadicam. Let's see how it looks.
Is Tom coming to London? Are you coming to London?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of would want to. I don't know if I'll just be able to. I know my wife really wants to go to London. Here. You guys, I don't know if you guys can maybe come here, Lucas. Come around this way.
Marcel, we are in Dantas Square, but Tom doesn't live here anymore.
So
I'm in outside. You want to hold it? Oh, sorry. My hands are so shaky now.
hold on, I'm gonna play this again, this clip.
And you can mostly see me. Oh.
I know. See, that's the problem with the screen. Look at it, how glary it is. No. It's okay. It's just, yeah, it's so glary. It's just. Anyways, this is my improvised Steadicam test. As you can see, the image stabilization works, but you can also see the reflection of the phone and everything. Yeah, that's the problem with this camera, I would say. With this screen, is that I think. Now, here's another addition over the a6500 is that you have a touch screen now, but it's kind of useless. It's useful in one situation, and that situation is when you're focusing, because they basically on purpose almost, I guess, did it where it's a touch screen, but you cannot navigate through the menus with it. You cannot do anything with it really. Only thing you can do with it or use the touch screen for is for focusing. Now I'm gonna admit it's amazing for that. So like, you know, because the AF is so good on this camera that I was able to like just, you know, you can track a point or you can pick whatever you want on the screen and you just tap it and it just focuses there right away. So it's amazing for that because you kind of have an amazing, you would say, world-class focus puller just because you can pick a point on your screen and touch it. So that's a cool thing. But that's the only thing. Yeah.
You've got somebody's promising a beer for you, Tom, like at Sokienica in Kraków.
Oh yeah?
You're set up for a free beer.
So like I said, I'm probably coming there in December, so remind me when I'm there in December and let me know. I'll probably do another like a live video from Rynek and then just remind me and then think.
And Krysia says she definitely wants to go to both London and Poland. So.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Guys, don't throw more locations here because whatever you say, I'm pretty sure Krysia will say, yeah, I want to go there.
That's my wife, by the way. Yeah, she'll want to. I mean, I also want to go. It's just a question of, you know, like when we want to work on projects.
And everything,
yeah, it's difficult when you're traveling and working and all that stuff. So. Anyways, it's fun playing around with this camera.
So yeah, Tom is using mostly the two kit lenses, the zoom lenses. So
yeah,
you can get them like basically Sony.
Well, the kit I got is on discount right now. It's for $1,500, I think $80 on B&H with those two lenses. Which, like I said, this one's amazing for gimbal, and the long lens is amazing for like wildlife and stuff. Another thing actually I forgot to tell you guys is even with that 210mm, because the camera, like that lens, including this lens too, works with their scan. What is it called? Scan. I always forget the names here. I mean, let me look at that so you guys don't.
Yeah, Tom. Also, you've got the welcome. You are being invited to Osaka, Japan.
Oh wow! Japan. I would really want to go. Like,
yeah.
That was my dream as a kid to go to Japan, and
me
it's
too.
Never worked out.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet, but would love to.
If I
visit.
make it over there, definitely. You guys can. If you want to meet up, let me know. See, again, the stupid menu. I'm trying to figure out where it is in the menu.
Best wide-angle lens for the a6500. So Tom before, just a bit earlier, was saying that the kit zoom lens.
I think it's great. It's 60mm, so and it's nice and sharp. The AF works amazingly on it, and it goes down, you know, all the way from 16 to 55, right? Or no, 50. And then on top of that, that's another thing it has. Is you probably won't see it here, but anyways, you have this thing called clear image zoom that Sony has some various other cameras now, and that thing basically uses both the optical and like you could say craps in on the sensor, but without losing resolution. And that thing is amazing. So you can effectively zoom in like twice as much. So suddenly a 50mm lens would be almost like 100 there. I think it's almost 2 times in this camera with the clear image zoom. So you can really zoom in. And when you put the kit lens, the one that's the 55 to 210, imagine now suddenly you have a 420mm lens. So it's amazing. And that's why when I was out in the wilderness, I was able to get like some tiny little bird way out in the distance. And because I had that lens, I had the clear image zoom, and then the image stabilization is amazing. And just on the monopod, I was on a 400, basically 20mm equivalent, and I was able to get those shots like that you saw in my last video. So, yeah, it's pretty sweet. I think it's a nice combo, nice thing. GH5 also has that actually. It's not as doesn't give you as much control over the zoom, but they also have this thing where it allows you to crop in on the sensor, because the sensor has, it's a much bigger resolution sensor. It's a 20-megapixel sensor. This one, right? So we're 22 now, I forget. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna walk around, but I'm getting hungry. I don't know about you, Lucas.
I'm getting hungry, and
like I
so
smell
on,
the food in the air.
In terms of in terms of one Canon user who is thinking about switching to Sony, and
I want to get a shot there.
oh, sorry for this. So
what's the question?
Yes, Canon users thinking about switching to Sony. Do you recommend it or not?
Switching to Sony.
It's the Sony cameras, I mean.
For video, I think so, yeah. Because the Canon lenses, I would still stick with your lenses, don't sell them, because Sony lenses are horrible, at least right now. Horrible, I'm saying, in terms of for video, because you don't have good control over the manual focus and stuff. But so I think Canon lenses for that, for like filmmaking and stuff, would be good. Now you probably will still use one of the kit lenses, something when you want to use the AF. But yeah, but otherwise.
Well, Canon has great menus, and you're going to hate the menus on the Sony. So that's one disadvantage.
Maybe let's go over there then. Yeah, the menus are not good. But I would say, yeah, like Canon's kind of fell behind. Now Canon's coming out with their C200. Looks like a great camera, but it's, you know, it's a lot more money.
Yeah. Yeah, hi Otap Will. Yeah, Tom is Canadian, but he, like you, you're in New York, and he's in the New York area, not far away from New York. So yeah. What else here? How is the image stabilization on it? I mean, compared to the DJI Ronin M, I don't think you've used the DJI Ronin M, but overall, how is the IS? I think I like.
Well, I mean, it doesn't compare to a gimbal. I mean,
oh,
gimbal
for sure, yeah.
Gimbal is still, you know, stabilized way better, but
yeah. I'm pretty impressed with the IS on the Panasonic cameras.
yeah, the GH5 has pretty good IS, and
GH5, GH5, very nice.
Too, yeah.
So I think it's better than the Sony one, and I mean, yeah, for professional work, you should still use a gimbal.
Yeah.
But for a lot of content, you know, you can make amazing videos with
across the street there now.
Those cameras, just using the in-body IS and the lens IS, right? So Panasonic has that dual system. Hi guys, we are still downtown here, but you can make it in time. We can meet up. We'll probably go eat something.
Yeah.
We love Chinese, so we might go to. We got this favorite spot on Spadina. So if you want to give us, you know, send us a message, something like that. Maybe we can meet up here. Later we'll head back to our house, especially if the rain comes, the thunderstorm.
It's supposed to be coming, and it looks like it is. It's definitely gotten cloudier now.
Yeah, there's going to be a big, you know, downpour coming this afternoon. What's the best gimbal for this camera? So Tom has been using the KMTV single. He's been loving it, right?
Yeah.
Now there's the new coming out, what is it called? The Prodigy?
Well, there's somebody there with the, yeah, I think with that one, with the KMTV. Look at that. Somebody has their KMTV, what is it?
Hi guys.
Odyssey, right? Yeah.
The Odyssey?
No, not the Odyssey. Is it the Optimus? KMTV
the
Optimus. Which I used on a film recently.
So that's a brand new model, right?
What's that?
Brand new model?
It's one of the newer models, yeah. Is that the Optimus gimbal?
Yeah.
KMTV? Yeah.
So that's
Tom Antos, man.
Oh.
I watch all your videos.
Oh, really?
4 or 5 years ago.
What's your name?
Jay.
Jay, yeah.
I think you work with one of my friend named Asoya.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was telling me about you. Yeah, you and your brother do directing, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I always watch your video. I've been subscribed to you like 5 years now.
Oh.
I even know, see when you just got the a6500 in here in the wilderness walking,
yeah.
I'm like, what? He got got one too. Yeah, man.
Oh, is that the same one you got?
No, yeah, this is a 6300.
Oh, 63. But it's
Yeah.
look almost identical,
It's
right?
the same
cameras,
thing.
yeah.
It's the same quality they give. So I'm like,
Because people
Just
we're
to
doing a
let you
live
know,
stream.
we're doing a live stream on YouTube.
Oh,
YouTube.
okay.
Hopefully
People are
you're
asking
cool.
actually what gimbal to use with this thing, and I was using the single, but this one, how is it so far?
oh, it's great, man.
Yeah.
Because this one you could use the 2-1 mount, and when you have the 2-1 angle, you could put it on this one.
Yeah.
You could put you could just take this off, and you have the adapter, so you could put it on this, and you
Oh,
use
like
it
on
as a crane now.
Oh.
So it goes up like as a crane.
Does it have a tripod attachment?
Yeah. No, but you could
okay.
take this part off. All of
Directly,
this.
yeah?
Yeah. And then you put it on top of this with the adapter they have.
Oh, because there's a battery now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So now everything would be working even more.
yeah, that would be a sweet thing.
I see a couple guys did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy.
And it comes with a remote, right?
Yeah, I have the remote.
Hopefully you guys can hear them.
And it comes with 2 batteries and stuff like that. So I think it's worth it. I don't care.
I used this with the GH5, right, on the film we shot, the last film, and the gimbal performed well. It just, I don't know why I got stuck on using the single, the King TV single, so I use that one more. But this is.
You could check this one out. This one is like, it didn't die on me yet. The battery goes for like 10 hours.
Oh yeah, one battery.
Yeah, one battery goes. It comes with 2 batteries, but one regular battery. Yeah, but nice to meet you, man.
Yeah,
nice finally see you in person.
All right.
All right, take care.
Take care.
So as you guys can see, perfect timing with the gimbal, right?
Well, Toronto has so many, filmmakers and lots of,
Yeah.
YouTubers and so on.
We switch up the lens actually. I want to get something now. Jump on the long lens. So as you can see, I'm like mainly jumping between the 2 kit lenses. And also because we're shooting outside and it is still fairly bright, so I don't want to be going on a, shooting with the, f-stop at, 1.7, and when it's, we're outside.
Does the 16mm converter lens lose quality?
Quality. What do you mean? Does this lens lose quality or?
Yeah, I don't know why he calls it converter, but
The lens is it's a nice sharp lens, so it doesn't lose quality. But yeah, I don't understand the question. So
oh, he's in Germany. I thought somebody would join us, but he's in Germany, so another time.
let's see. Always opportunities. I want to get like big crowds.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Mad About Film, for the invitation to London. Tom, can you do a video about how to set up Ursa Mini 4.6 on a Ronin M? Have you used it on the Ronin M?
Ronin M. No, I haven't. This camera?
No, the Ursa.
Oh no, I haven't used the Ursa on the Ronin M. No, I used it with what was it? With the Red Epic. I was playing around with it. We were at the YouTube Space
Right.
in New York.
The batteries were running out really fast on the
Yeah.
Ronin M, right? So it wasn't like a great. Have you used the Ursa Mini on any gimbal? Any
This is pretty cool. I'm like, there's so many people, so it recognizes the faces, right? But it kind of it does a really good job focusing.
Oh, it's on auto.
Yeah, auto, and it just has face recognition, so you can see a little square on people's faces, and even though there's like sometimes other people or things just moving in front of the frame, you're still getting like perfectly in focus shots.
Hello, Elia in Tanzania. You've got an amazing country. Hopefully you'll visit there one day and do some cool stuff there.
Tanzania.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Is it in the east part of Africa?
It's east coast, yeah. Sure, Liam. Yeah, you got a question, let us know. What's the best picture profile to use on this camera?
Most of the time I use S-Log 2. Don't ever use S-Log 3. It becomes way too grainy. I think it smells here. Sewage or something.
Yeah, starting to smell here.
It was good before, so I don't know. Somebody let one rip, but it's like really, really strong.
Somebody says this is a piece of clickbait. So apparently we are not live in Toronto with the Sony a6500.
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, I would want to Dylan Mallet.
clickbaited.
I actually would want to understand your comment. Might be actually useful
Yeah,
to me for the
sometimes I
future.
get
Like,
it. People are
why
like,
is it
"It's
a clickbait? We don't quite get it. So, because I think we are live. I think we are in Toronto. I think we have the Sony a6500. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, honestly, like I'm not being sarcastic. I would want to know why you think it's a clickbait. So, it would be actually useful to me to know because I don't really want to use clickbait. So let us know.
Yeah, the face recognition is pretty damn good on this.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury was from Tanzania. I know he was born there.
Freddie Mercury's from the...
He was born
Really?
there. Yeah. Zanzibar, I think it's called.
But he's British, right?
He was British because it used to be a British colony, right? I think he was born in Zanzibar. Yeah, Zanzibar. That's the pronunciation. Do you add it on Apple products or PC? So no, we are PC users. We've never used Macs for editing.
Mainly because it's just... what do you call it?
Liam, if your videos are not uploading, it's because I guess your internet speed is here. We've got the fellow filmmaker here.
And out of focus?
Yeah.
Let me get around so we can hear better what these guys are.
Very nice. I don't know if you can show like people on Facebook here on YouTube. This is so this is the a6500 also.
a6300.
A6300, sorry.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. Can I get it angled right?
you can get it right in there. Look, it's closer.
Plus the out of focus of my camera.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can see like wow how smooth that is.
Now,
What lens do you have under?
Just the stock lens, 16 to 50.
50. Yeah, it's pretty good on the gimbal, right?
Yeah, that's like, I guess that's the only lens you really need.
Yeah, because you got the nice range. You can zoom in.
Unless you're doing like, okay, for instance, you're gonna do like a dialogue scene and you really need a up punch shot, then you get the 24 to 70.
But usually then you wouldn't be on a gimbal, right?
Yeah, right. So this lens worked good.
Yeah.
I only have the only lens and I do music video with it.
Yeah.
I do
Because the 16
short.
is, yeah.
That's it. Like I only use one lens. Like some people say it's garbage, but
No, I'll tell you
works
this: if there's lenses that are maybe if they have, they're faster, right? Maybe a little bit sharper. But if you know, like when you're on a gimbal, you care about having shots that are in focus, right? And a decent range, right?
And if you
16
need light,
to 50 is a really good range.
and that's why I just keep it.
Yeah.
And if you need light, you just have a guy holding a LED
exactly.
walking out. Like what I'm gonna do later on for music videos. So,
Oh yeah, you shoot videos?
yeah, I have a studio, Queen and Spadina.
Oh, okay.
So I always tell you, I'm like, yo, I want to come by one of his set one day. It's like, I don't know if they have enough water to come by, man. So I'm like, it's fine. Because I was going to come to the one that you guys shot a month ago in Brampton.
Yeah.
By, I think it was the Greta house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so she's like, I dropped her and she's like, I don't know if they want you to stay here. I'm like, fine, I'll just go home.
Small world too,
Yeah,
so,
so I don't know. But probably I'll make her hit you up and probably come by the studio. I'm doing a short film like next week, Tuesday. I always like have a bunch of them. Love to work with you one day.
try to answer some of these questions here.
But it's up to you one day. But thanks again. It's Director J on Instagram. If you want to find me.
Yeah, where could they find you?
Instagram at Director J, YouTube at Director J, same thing. So J-A-Y for J, and yeah, you can find me out. Same thing on Facebook. And if you want to rent a studio in Toronto, my studio is called Media 1990. It's located at Queen and Spadina, and Instagram Media 1990 Media _1990.
Yeah, if you could just send us an email so we can put the links in the description of the video, okay?
Like you go to my website with the contact and send us an email.
Okay, you gotta remember me.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks.
For sure.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah,
All right, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Cool. Keep on
Come back. In terms of matching colors on the...
I can't hear myself think.
In terms of matching colors on the this Sony camera and the GH5. Difficult to match?
I mean, every camera is going to be different, right? Every camera manufacturer, definitely. So yeah, you have to be. It's like I said, you can eyeball it, you can, but I think the best way to do it is actually with which I'm not using today because I'm just shooting on one camera, but if I was shooting multiple cameras, then I usually have this with me here now. Before I was using another color chart, now I'm using this one. It's the one from
X-Rite, right?
Yeah, X-Rite. And it's cool because it's small. That's the thing I like about it. It's small, it has things for back focus. So you have a back focus, you have white balance cards, right? And then you also have your thing. So this actually works with DaVinci Resolve, and basically I'm going to do a video to show you guys. It doesn't matter what camera you're trying to match. Like let's say you're shooting with this and the GH5 and the Ursa. Let's say you have 10 cameras on set and they're all different colors. I'll show you how you use this thing, and you basically create a color profile, and then you load that color profile, almost like a LUT basically. You load it in there, and it will color match your shots for them. So once you get the reference basically, but you have to get this reference, like basically in the location, the lighting that you think. So if I was shooting here right now on multiple cameras, which I'm not, so that I don't have to worry about it. But if I was let's say shooting on this, and then let's say I had another second shooter on the GH5, then I would get that color chart, capture it with this camera and the GH5, and then afterwards just keep on shooting. But you have that lighting scenario, the location. You have that because every location will change the color of the ambient light, right? And then after that, you create an image profile for the two for that scene, and you can match them perfectly. So I'll do a video about it. Yeah, it's better. I think it's definitely something I want to show.
So in Toronto, we are at Yonge Street and Dundas, right? Dundas Square.
Yeah, we're by the what is it? The Eaton Center doorway, right?
Do you want to make some feature-length film? Will you write some screenplay? Will you operate camera only? So yeah, in our I think it was last Sunday, right? We were talking about doing a feature film in the fall of this year, and we talked about what kind of a project. It will be a comedy, basically based on this video we did on YouTube a few years ago, and the video has over 3 million views. So people seem to like the concept. So we are developing that screenplay, and we want to do it.
Sorry, I'm like goes in one ear, goes out the other when I'm like in the zone filming, trying to capture like cool moments. And also just because basically what I'm doing right now is and that's usually what I do when I'm between projects. Instead of just sitting home wasting time, I'm testing all the gear that I can, because I want to see what it's good at and what it's not good at.
Yeah. Because
there's always a possibility that I could use this in my next project. Like maybe this camera has an advantage over another camera that I have, and in that case, like I said, it's great because
we have here Benzema SLK. He says he sees us. He's in the building behind us.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Well, if you can, come down. If you're not working right now, if you want to say hello, come by. Thoughts on the Canon 80D? I mean, it's a very good camera. One thing is it's not a 4K, and for many people it doesn't matter. But we've never owned one. But I mean, it's a very good 1080 HD camera. What else can we tell you about it?
Oh, what time is it? Should we be eating?
Yeah, we're going to be finishing up. Let me just see whether we have any questions here that related to this camera, because that's what the video is about.
So let's maybe head over to the site, because I don't want to, it's too loud here on this corner. So let's go maybe over there, we can sit down and answer last questions.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go to a quieter spot, just maybe 50 meters away from this intersection. This is one of the busier intersections in Toronto. So again, the lenses that Tom is using is the two zoom kit lenses from Sony.
Yeah.
So again, you can get a really good deal when you buy it together with the camera. And yeah, Tom is really happy with those lenses. I thought, based on specs, that they wouldn't be maybe as useful, but because part of it is.
See, Jay over there we met, he also has a6500, and he's using the kit lens on the gimbal.
Yeah, the short zoom lens, and that's the only lens pretty much he's using. He's saying.
Because it's and I also agree that is it the ultimate best? If you're comparing it to like $5,000 cinema lenses, no, it's not maybe as sharp on that stuff. But who cares when those cinema lenses you put it on there and you can't fly the camera on the gimbal anymore? You don't go here. you can't fly those. If you put a big lens like that, you can't fly the camera anymore on the gimbal, right?
Sorry.
You can't do autofocus, like, and that's why, it's not good to just spend money on the most expensive lens, because the most expensive lens is not always, or just the most expensive camera is not the best tool for the job that you're doing. So if you're doing stuff like on a little gimbal, where, with that, like you said, Jay was able to walk around there, in the middle of the street or an intersection, get shots, no permits, nothing, because it's like you're just walking around with your own home video camera, right? It's not a big setup. So I think that's the cool thing about it.
So Benzema, we went west, like 50 meters west from Young Street. So we are here on Dundust. So if your brother is here,
where did I put the lens cover? I always lose those things. I'm like the worst with it. I'm like, I just had it.
Tom, how high can you go? How high
can
can you go with the ISO on this camera?
It's 25,000. What is it? 600.
No, but in terms of before it gets grainy, though, like.
Oh yeah, so I shot with 25,600.
Yeah, it was still usable.
Yeah.
I mean, those were the night shots I get, right?
I'm gonna show the shots. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so for sure. Tom is working on the review of the Sony, or follow-up review of the Sony a6500.
Oh yeah.
And then so that will come out soon, and then also on this one,
no,
and
pretty much I just have to edit it, but I mean, it's like I got all the footage and everything.
Because Tom got a lot of cool footage from it and from different projects. So
yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff out there for both of these Sony cameras, but part of the thing we want to do differently is to have a lot of cool examples to show you guys.
This thing has extended ISO that goes like with over 100,000, but that's when it starts getting grainy. But if you shoot it properly, I mean, if you don't have the proper setting and you don't have the proper, like kind of like I was talking about in my video, where how to get clean, crisp, noiseless videos with any camera. You got to follow that even with this camera. I mean, just because you can shoot higher ISO, if you don't use that higher ISO, like I'll show you as an example. When I set this camera to auto, because I was just going in and out of the forest and out of focus, everything, and I wanted to see how it would perform, I end up getting horrible grainy shots in the middle of the day, but because I was in the forest. And the reason was because I was going in and out of the sunlight, and the camera on its own decided to basically switch to certain setting. The state was the aperture, I believe, was really closed down, like f10 or whatever, higher shutter speed. But then when I would go into the shade, it would ramp up the ISO. And then even though we're filming outside, because the ISO is high, then hi.
Hey dude, I just saw you on YouTube Live. So
okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, man.
Hi, what's your name?
James.
Jay. Okay.
Yeah, man, how you doing?
I'm good. So I guess you watch.
I do watch your stuff, man.
Okay.
Yeah. YouTube Live 2017, this stuff works.
Yeah. You're a shooter too?
Yeah, I'm a shooter as well. Actually, I think you were the one who convinced me with the King TV single, actually.
Oh yeah? You bought it then?
Yeah, I have the Optimus now, so I've been using that pretty often.
Okay. Now there's a new one, they're coming out.
You can't
Yeah, I
keep
know.
chasing. You can't keep chasing.
I know, it's always thinking. But I'm thinking of getting that one. Is the Fronter?
Maybe, I haven't.
Yeah.
I've been trying to make sure my stuff still works as opposed to keeping the upgrade, because at that point, you're pretty much.
What camera are you shooting?
A7S2.
Oh, that's a nice camera.
Yeah.
This is the baby brother.
Yeah, I know, I thought about it, but again, I just can't keep buying more gear. But it's a nice piece of kit.
Justify it. I think the A7S is still, I would say, the top. Unless you're going to go to the Pro line series, right?
I'm not going to lie, I actually shoot a lot of photos with it too, even though it's like 12 megapixels, because I shoot a lot at night.
Okay.
So it actually works very well for me. Yeah.
12 megapixels, I mean,
It works.
depends how big you want to blow it up.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Well, I won't disturb you guys any further. It was really good to see you, man.
Thanks for coming by and saying hello.
Enjoy Toronto.
All right,
Thanks.
thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
So any other questions we got? Or?
Let me see here. There's lots of comments.
So yeah, I mean, like I'll tell you that it's. I think it's like so far, it's not a review yet, but overall, I think a great all-around camera. But as like any camera, it's not perfect. But if you're looking for, like if you already own a6300 or GH4 even, or the Ursa, do you need this? No, you probably don't. Unless you have money to burn and you need that specific function that this will give you that the other cameras don't, right? So that's what I would say. But if you're new looking, just kind of get into the like filmmaking, photography even, then I think it's one of the choices, that I would recommend. I think right now on a budget, basically under $2,000, I would say either this or the GH5. So really, depends. Like I said, if you care about the AF and the low light, then you got to go with this because that's what the GH5 doesn't have. But otherwise, yeah.
One question here that I can answer for you. Between a Sony a6300 and this Canon 80D, which one would you choose? So I know Tom would choose that Sony camera,
yeah,
because it just gives you better image quality, right? But I mean, it really depends on what you need. Was it Joey or Rama? Yeah. Joey. It depends on what your level of skill is, what kind of project.
With the a6300, better slow motion, you're gonna get I think just as good or equally good AF. You're getting 4K though, which that camera doesn't have, the 80D. And the only thing is, and again, that comes down to preference. Some people don't like the color science, like the way the Sony, the way they kind of do it is, it's not that they have bad colors, but they kind of try to capture all the spectrum of colors. So all the bits of color data that they have, they equally distribute it to all the colors, the whole spectrum of visible light. Canon, the way they do it is they kind of cheat it. They don't dedicate as much of the bit data to certain, like let's say very like red or kind of greenish or bluish colors. They dedicate it more to the kind of reddish, kind of warmer colors because they want to make sure that the skin tones look like really have the most shades. And I gotta admit it that the skin tones look best on the Canon, but that's like straight out of the camera. But that doesn't mean that you can't get good skin tones on Sony cameras or any other camera for that matter. You're just gonna have to sometimes play around with it in color grading. So that's the only thing.
Let me see any other comments here. Have you used the Sony Zeiss 16 to 70 f4? So no, you haven't used it, right? The f4?
No.
No, we haven't. And I'm not sure.
No, 16 to which one?
60 to 70, or maybe when you were using the A7S II, right?
Yeah, we shot like
the
half of the music video on that lens because it's good AF, amazing range, and it's not a fast lens, but yeah, it was good. It was image stabilized. And
so there's a whole series of videos about that project, right? The Never Broken music video. If you
I
search for that,
the KMTV single, and I was running around through Times Square. And yeah, it was amazing.
So Francisco, if you want to know more, like Tom did a series of videos, talks about all the equipment he used on that. So he gives their feedback about that lens and I guess everything else he used on that.
Yeah. Any other questions?
All
I'm thinking right now is food. Like I smell the pub right up here, a restaurant, and just all the smells are coming out from the patio, and I'm like.
In terms of, you get issues when about in terms of keeping the sensor clean on the mirrorless cameras compared to DSLRs, like how do you change lenses so you don't get dirt on the...
You saw how I do in the video, or if you didn't, you can rewind, but you definitely, one thing I'll tell you, that's with all digital cameras, turn off the camera if you can. Like sometimes you're working fast and then even I'll make a mistake when I don't turn it off, but when the camera is on, because you have an electronic basically sensor, a lot of electricity goes through it, it's a magnetic basically surface. So if you open up this thing and the sensor is running, what happens is, the heavier stuff will just fall through if it's not, if it's not already going inside. But like little specks of dust and things, they can get attracted actually. They get magnetized. So turn off the camera. That's one thing, and that's on all cameras. And then otherwise, if you change out the lens, if you're gonna look, put it away, look for another lens, cover it with your hand or something. And that's pretty much what I do. And obviously try to be safe, so don't change the lenses when it's raining, when it's, or good cover, shield the camera, when it's really dusty, things like that. Right?
We don't have experience with the Nikon D700, or overall with Nikon cameras, we don't have experience.
Not a Nikon guy. So.
What's the best settings for slow motion? Best settings for slow motion, I mean, here this camera goes up to 120, and is there anything more than that than choosing the frame rate that you need to be, aware of? Like you just set the frame rate, that's it, right?
Yeah, just you want to shoot at the highest frame rate the camera will allow. And some of them, like this camera, that's what's good now is they conform right in the camera, so meaning they'll record, let's say 120 frames per second, but it's going to play it back at 24, and that means that you're going to get that nice slow motion right away. You can preview it in camera. Some cameras you won't be able to preview it, but as long as you're shooting higher frame rate than what you're going to play it back as, you can easily play it, change conform the playback rate very fast, like in Premiere, for example. You can do it very fast and play it back at whatever rate you want. So.
Overheating, or the camera?
No, haven't had any overheating issues, so that's why I would say that's another maybe improvement over the a6500, 300.
63.
That one did overheat on me. It wasn't horrible, but when we're shooting out broad sunlight, in Ecuador it was like 30 something degrees Celsius. I forget now what that was Fahrenheit, but basically 100 Fahrenheit pretty much. Yeah, the camera was overheating on us. This camera, it hasn't been that hot, like 25 degrees Celsius, but haven't had any problems. But I'll give you one tip: is if you're shooting with a6500 or the other Sony cameras that overheat, whenever you can, open up the LCD. Just when you move that away from the body, it somehow, I guess, the heat can dissipate from the back of the camera here, and it tends not to overheat as much. But yeah, so far this hasn't overheated. I've been shooting for 4 days now, like outside every day, no problems.
Is the battery life good?
It's not bad, but it's not great.
You need lots of batteries, no?
No, I mean, I would say like 3 batteries will probably get you through an average day of shooting. If you're doing live events where the camera's constantly running, yeah, I'll probably go like with 5 batteries. But it's not horrible. It uses it a little bit. I think it's a little bit less efficient than 6300, but it's for sure not as good as the GH4. I think GH4 by far is the best with battery life.
Is the small size of the camera sometimes a problem, like ergonomically? Is the camera good?
Like if you put a heavier lens, this thing will kind of wobble because it's a very small surface area on the bottom, like where the screw is. So it's not a very steady base, right? So we'll kind of wobble a little bit. Yeah, just attaching accessories means it's not of a stable platform. But it's better when you want to use it on a gimbal or something, or hide it in your pocket.
My battery is going to die out soon, but a couple more questions. Have you found a workflow to quickly switch? Man, too many questions coming at the same time. To switch between photo and video focus and exposure settings.
Video
and photos, like when you switch between video and photos, is it difficult? Like doesn't it keep the same settings when you switch from video and photo? And
well, I mean, you just turn the dial, right?
Yeah, and it's pretty easy, right, to go from one to the other.
That is pretty easy. And you can customize, like you have custom buttons 1, 2, 3. Plus you can customize the middle, the button here and the thumb wheel, plus the function button. So you can actually customize it and get all the settings that you want. Like for me, I have my white balance here. I have my my autofocus settings. You know, I have my image profile here. Like I have all my all my stuff that I really care about. So yeah, it's pretty good in those terms.
Yeah, in terms of when doing slow motion, you shoot in 1080, right? This will allows you to go 120 because 4K is just 30 frames per second, right?
Up to 30, yeah.
Up to 30. In terms of the best lenses for this, so right now Tom is using the 2 kit zoom lenses, but they're not necessarily the best. But then the Tom is getting really good results.
Well, but if you think you were just purely image quality, it might not be the best out there. There's obviously really nice lenses, but you know what? They're the best, I think, for this camera if you want to work with like a run-and-gun setup or on a gimbal or something. They're the best for that. Because the image quality might not be the sharpest in that, but you're getting amazing, whether it's the size is very small on like the 16 to 50 millimeter, amazing AF, image stabilization is amazing.
Okay, hi Kevin and Kay. Kevin is asking, does this camera do full frame anamorphic like the GH5?
No, it doesn't shoot anamorphic. That's the amazing thing about a GH5 or GH4 is that they can shoot anamorphic in that price range. I mean, they're like DSLR cameras, right, or DSLM. Yeah, so this is not going to have functions like that. It will shoot nice 4K or 1080p video, but it doesn't have, anamorphic. You don't have de-squeezing, things like that. So.
Okay, cool guys. Let's wrap it up. We're hungry.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
The battery is about to die, and my hands are sore too after an hour and 18 minutes.
Oh wow! Okay, it's good.
I need to figure out the setups in the future when we do these things, so it's more comfortable and easier to operate the cell phone. But yeah, we stream just from my cell phone, and the YouTube app. Some people were wondering, and the YouTube app allows you to, to film and see the comments at the same time, right?
Yeah. Now, I would want to later on maybe upgrade to like a better setup so we can have somebody with like a nicer camera, but maybe even like have it so in the real time, but it has to be portable, right? Have somebody so they can switch real time from what's basically my camera sees to what the exterior camera, because this way you guys can actually see properly when I'm shooting. But whatever, that's maybe we can figure that out. But as far as I know, right now it's still not an easy setup to do that on the go. I think cell phone is the best way.
Okay, guys, thank you. Thanks for all the great questions and comments. Really appreciate that you.
And thank you for the people who came out here.
Oh yeah.
I saw some people sometimes passing by and they're like looking at me and a little smile, because I think I know some people just felt like they were disturbing, but next time if you see me and you want to just come, like we're doing a live video, that's the fun thing about it. So just come by, say hello, and
if we're not doing, especially if we're not doing a project, you know, where we are here for you guys, right? So okay, thanks.
Right, bye.
Enjoy your Sunday or Monday or bye.
It's Sunday, right?